Hey everybody, Katie Sutton here, intuitive channel and energy medicine teacher and founder of Zen Within Academy and the New Earth Now School. So we are moving through some really interesting energies right now, and I thought it prudent to come on and talk with you about what's happening. I really wanted to record this outside so that you all could get some nice grounding earth energy, but everybody is blowing leaves, so that's not happening today. So I'm inside my sacred space recording this instead. So lots of things are going on. Today we had a full moon lunar eclipse that is closing out a 2-week shadow excavation portal that we've been in an eclipse portal since October 26th. And it's been a little intense. The way that I would describe the energies right now is that it's as if we were inside of a snow globe and someone has taken the snow globe and shook it up over the last 2 weeks. And now things are starting to settle, but we still feel really disoriented. And I am just off of leading and co-partnering with Leah Motlow and my husband Josh, a Vision Quest retreat that we spent 4 days here in North Carolina on a Vision Quest retreat. And I personally feel like I've been through a snow globe just from that experience, because so many things have shifted and they haven't quite landed, and I'm not sure what has shifted just yet, but it was an incredibly transformative experience to move through those thresholds of a vision quest and spend time fasting on the land and allowing visions and support to come forward. And there's one vision that really, I think, sums up the energies right now. And this actually didn't come during my vision quest. You know, we're encouraged when you're on the quest to keep anything that comes forward there very sacred. This actually came in the dream space a couple of nights before I went out on the land. And it is very much a vision of, I think, what we're moving through right now in the collective. And to back up a little bit, you know, we are moving through this eclipse portal. It's closing out now, but this is the second of what I can figure 3 or 4 rounds of deep fear clearing and karmic clearing that we're going through between the beginning of October and the winter solstice on December 21st. And my guides have been continuously telling me that the 4th quarter of this year was going to be really intense with clearing out a lot of fear and a lot of shadow stuff that's really kind of been still sitting on the surface for most people since the pandemic. And we're in that process right now. And so, you know, this is round 2 of at least 3 or 4 rounds of clearing that I believe we're going to go through before the solstice. And so I don't say that to scare you, just so that you know, hey, we're still in this process. So back to my vision. So I had a very, very lucid dream experience, several actually, while I was on this retreat. I think working with the land in this way brings that to the surface, a lot of astral travel. But in this vision, I was outside with a group of people and I was looking up at the sky, and it was as if all of a sudden the blinders of illusion that I had over my eyes just cleared, and I began to see grid patterns in the sky. And these are not grid patterns like the ley lines or the energetic grids that I often talk about in my classes. These were actual grids that you would see if you were inside an artificial intelligence simulation, where you could chart things on a map with grids. And so I'm looking up at the sky and I'm seeing that the sky itself was a projected hologram, and these grids were laid on top of it almost as if we were in a simulation. And I'm encouraging everybody around me, hey, do you see this? Am I the only one seeing this? And as people begin to see it, I can feel in my dream all of this fear rising to the surface for all the people that were witnessing this with me. And then I began to go into fear, whereas before, whenever I was looking at it, it was just more this sense of curiosity and kind of understanding of what's really going on. And in the dream, this fear begins to overtake me, and I realize in the dream, number one, there's an astral experience happening, and it's not a waking experience. I number one realize that, and then number two, I realize if I just let go of the fear, everything will shift. And so in the dream, I took a deep breath and I stopped playing into the fear of those around me, and I centered myself. And in my dream, what happened is I ended up being turned upside down. So it was as if I was facing the sky and looking up, And then like somebody took my snow globe, turned it upside down, and I literally felt my whole body go upside down. And then I was in a new reality. And in the new reality, I was seated in a giant movie theater seat beside other people. And I was viewing this experience through the big screen, right? Through a movie, as a movie. And as I settled into this version of reality, there was this beautiful release that happened in my body of a whole bunch of fear and constriction that I didn't even know I was holding. And I feel like this vision, this dream that I had, is a really good metaphor for what's happening right now. You know, there are so many illusions that we've been under that are coming to the surface to be cleared at this time. And people are waking up to the fact that what we believe is real and what we experience here as our truth may not be the whole truth. And so this is kind of the energy right now. And on an individual level, when we go through an eclipse portal, what that means is that we're going to be working on our shadow self. We're going to be working on those hidden fears, those repressed emotions, those repressed feelings. And those are going to come to the surface, and they have to be addressed, and they cannot be dishonored any further. And we have to allow that to come to the surface, and we have to begin to do that deeper work. And, you know, while I was away on retreat, a big theme this month is this idea of sacred rest. And, you know, sacred rest is not sleep, right? Certainly there's a component of that is sleep. But what sacred rest means is that you allow time in stillness, in quiet, so that you can go into deeper contemplation and integration of what's happening on your internal and external landscape. And, you know, while I was on the land, that's what I was experiencing in my vision quest, that there was a teaching that came forward that I want to share with all of you, that work of going inward and dropping into the deeper integration and doing the shadow work, that's the real work. The things that we experience out in the world, the busy, that's not the work. Right? The real work is, can we come into quiet stillness? Can we come inward and listen and get quiet and remove ourselves from the noise and the distraction and really lean into what is brewing, what is stirring inside of us? And so that's the invitation with the energies right now. Can you take advantage of the desire for sacred rest? Maybe your body is feeling burnout. Maybe you need to drop in. You know, a big part of this shadow clearing for me during this eclipse portal is that I had a lot of information come forward about how I need to take care of my body and what's really been going on with my body. And I've moved into a deeper layer of work with my physical being. And that comes on the heels of me teaching that in my New Earth Now school and asking for support in knowing exactly how to care for my body as it goes into this next level of frequency expansion. And so that was a big deal for me. I could not ignore the body any longer. I could not ignore the need to take care of myself at a deeper level. And I've certainly been working on this for a long time, but it really came to the surface to a greater degree during this eclipse portal. I also want to just mention that I am seeing that there are a lot of money fears and manifestation fears coming to the surface right now. You know, we also have Mars that's just gone into retrograde, and Mars is the planet of direct action. And so some of you may be feeling that things that were moving forward have kind of stalled out and slowed down. And there's an opportunity right now to reassess, is this still the right direction for you to take? And, you know, we've also just had a lot of Scorpio energies that have been bringing up some deep-seated money fear. And this full lunar eclipse was in Taurus, and a big part of my home sign of Taurus is how you manage your resources and how you manage your money. And so there's a lot coming to the surface. And, you know, with this theme of can we take care of ourselves and our resources here on this planet so that they do not become depleted? Can we take care of ourselves and our inner light so that it doesn't become depleted? So there's a lot up right now and a lot of different themes going on at this moment, and a lot of deep inner work that we're being asked to do and asked to look at in a really serious way. And, you know, I have Healing Circle tomorrow night, and I've been getting the information for this circle, and we're working with this other theme this month of inner innocence. And inner innocence is the divine, pure, radiant light that exists inside of you, that is pure source light that you had when you incarnated on this planet, that has never actually been released, is still there, but maybe is under several layers of repression and separation energy. And this is the light that we need to continue to amplify and activate in order to feel really good in our physical being as well, and to feel really whole in our physical being, and to be able to do our work in the world and to continue to be way showers. And a lot of times what I'm finding as I'm working with this theme in session with folks is that we've been giving this light away to other people. And that's not what we should be doing. We should be activating and amplifying this light and holding it sacred. And that's not been occurring. And so a lot of us are feeling really depleted as we drop into this shadow work, and we're like, gosh, I don't know if I have enough space to even do this shadow work. I don't know if I have enough energy to do this shadow work. I'm so tired. And so you may find that you drop in, you do some deeper work, and then you need to rest and replenish this light and reactivate this light. And so we'll be working with that theme tomorrow night on Wednesday, the 9th, from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern, to really create some sacred space for that light and to clear some things that might be draining that light as well. And, you know, with this idea of money and manifestation being so present right now as we move into the holidays, so it's always present in the holiday time, and as we are doing some deeper shadow clearing on this planet around finances, that's the theme that we'll be working in our New Earth Now school at the end of November. And that is a lot of sacral and root chakra energy. So regardless of if you join us for the New Earth Now school program at the end of the month, that's what's being cleared now as well. And, you know, our light, our inner light and our vitality also comes from the sacral and the root chakras. So all of these themes are kind of present, and we are kind of in this snow globe energy where so many things are happening at once, and we're trying to make sense of, okay, what is my deep inner work? What am I here to do in this moment? So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, I've got some invitations for you to slow down, right? And to go inward and to journal and to get outside in nature, to spend some time connected to the earth, to go back to some basic self-care things this month as we're processing this big shadow release that has happened here at the beginning of November. We still have 3 weeks left in this month to really integrate this shadow, and that's really what we're being called to do. Can you bring those parts that have come to the surface that need to be healed inward and bring light to them and allow them to be reintegrated? So as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a lot going on, right? A lot of themes at play here. So if there's something that's calling to you and you want support either in the Healing Circle or in the New Earth Now School, I'll put that below this video as well. But just take really good care of yourselves. I know that my energy levels are lower than they have been in a long time, and that's mostly because we're coming to the end of the year and we are being invited to rest, and we are being asked to heal some of the burnout energy of the last 3 years and really do some deep work with our bodies right now. So take the invitation, take the rest, slow down, don't push, don't effort, allow the universe to meet you halfway, and you will be served well throughout the rest of this month if you can kind of follow those guidelines and those suggestions. So I hope this video helps. I hope it helps to bring some light to what's going on. I hope the vision that I shared with you helps, of pulling out of the simulation, pulling out of the fear, and just realizing that, you know, this is a grand experiment. This is kind of a game that we're participating in, and we're up-leveling, right? We're moving to the next level, and some things have to go. So take good care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.